What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video on Yoga Tantra Healing, we're going to be sharing a bit about the 7 chakras and our upcoming chakra healing activation course that you can sign up for with the link in the description. But I'd like to get a little bit into what that's going to entail here, as well as give just everyone in the public a better understanding of how to work with your chakras. So what a lot of people don't realize is you need all of your organs, or the physical representation of your chakras to function as a human being and survive. And these are needing to be cleansed, and you may have certain, foods that you want to look into that can help with that, as well as your exercise. That's why asana or some sort of qigong, or even just regular physical exercise, endurance, walking, running, etc., cardio, different sports, it's great for the physical aspect of some of our chakras. Music helps you work with the throat chakra and the third eye chakra, the mantras especially. The power of mantra is that activation of the higher chakras on a very, specific level for each dimension of that. And we have our various mantra meditations available for everyone that is using those, or there's also one of the albums out on Spotify under my name with all my other music too. You can always check that out. So I probably want to get a lot of the meditations out there, so onto all the platforms, so that everyone can listen to them wherever they have music. That's not what this video is about, but using those mantras, essentially the bija mantras, as well as different tantric mantras and forms of God and Goddess, and getting into, once again, the higher chakras is usually seen as the goal, but we have to be able to break through the lower chakras, which is our fears, our ability to contain and retain our sacral energy and purify that energy through inner alchemy to a higher dimension of energy, refined energy. And then our willpower, our ability to make decisions, our ability to set forth our goals and essentially accomplish them. These are the lower 3 chakras that we must work through. Obviously the base, survival and physicality, so just the basic needs of physicality. You want exercise as a foundation of yoga, because you need that daily exercise to move these energies through your body correctly, and to help the entire system function, from both the physiological, the organs, but also of aspects and the glands aspects of our chakras, but also the fact that there's the non-physical or the multi-dimensional aspect, energetic aspect to our chakra, which is the actual energy center, where energy is coming into and out of our being, essentially how we can interact with things. So to each level, Kundalini activates 7 times. This is another thing that people don't understand. They think once you feel maybe the bliss, or one time, or maybe you feel a bit of just tingling sensations, or you may have certain movements, automatic, adjustments to your spine, and you'll start to notice your posture is a lot better after that. But if you have a more natural awakening, which I've found, I've had some pretty intense awakenings when I was younger, to where now it's a pretty more sustained level of Kundalini, which is interesting, because the longer you go, the more the energy is building, and the more you essentially have to learn to circulate more energy to contain and circulate. So that's why you need these practices, or need maybe isn't the best word, but it is almost like a need to your spiritual path, like a true essential thing to have these different practices. And that's what this course is going to be all about. We're going to be getting into 7 different chakras. We're going to do about 9 weeks, so we're going to have an introduction and a conclusion to the thing as well, and then each week we'll be covering one of the chakras. We'll be going through each of the 7 main energy centers in the body. Now, I know there's a lot of different ways to look at the chakras. Some even say just 6, and then the crown is really that surrender anyways, and that's what we understand with the Tantric foundations, is a similar way of looking at it. And then the crown is like that unfolding. But then we also see that with the 7, we can essentially look at these basic dimensions, even begin to help you reach a point on your journey quicker than something that would take you years normally. We could just do this in a few weeks. And rather than me activating your chakras, essentially, you'll be doing the practices with us. We'll all be doing the practices together. And it's even something I like to do, is that there is no like, you reach this chakra so you don't need these other chakras. It's like a whole systematic approach, and that's what yoga gives us. There's a whole systematic approach to these fundamental energy centers within us, that once we get these functioning, all of the activities that we begin to do manifest on a higher level, on a higher frequency, than if we were just operating from a base or non-activated state of being, which some people are even deactivated from the root chakra and below. Some people could, because the Kundalini is dormant in these lower chakras. And then once you break through that physical and primal center, then it is like the energy rushes up the spine, and you should feel a pretty sustained rise of energy. Like it stays with you, it stays with you for a long time. And learning to not attach to the energy or the certain feelings or even psychic phenomena, which is just higher function of your mind, being able to understand information better, decipher multiple layers of information. These are all the benefits to, truly opening up to the third eye chakra and getting Kundalini to rise through various levels. Is we'll have a class each week, and then we'll all be connected in a group to have practices throughout the week to keep us going, and then finishing off with a conclusion of all the essentially fundamentals or the basics of the chakras, something that you can work with for the rest of your life and reap those benefits of being able to process things better, being able to output more creative energy, to accomplish more goals in shorter amounts of time, and to be more inwardly centered and calm within all of that. Because that's really what we want to reach, is that state of calm well-being that allows us to manifest our desires effortlessly, and through both our intuitive knowing that certain things will take place, but also our ability to choose what we want to take place, and then working towards that as a daily, both mental, physical, emotional, spiritual exercise, giving thanks to God, giving thanks to the Most High, giving thanks to Jah, and for the awakening of thine eye. So that's what we're going into, and I'd love to see everyone in there. So check out the links in the description, and we'll be going hands-on into the science and awakening of Kundalini. Once again, lots of love. Namaste.